my issue in this particular type of situation is that this way of communicating with two separate parents may in some ways cause the child to rebel. So having two parents to go to and to speak about just about anything just might cause the child to rebel. Now, in this instance, the child is choosing his own thought process, which makes more sense to him or her. And being that the child more than likely is incapable of doing that anyway, he's going to choose one or the other, and he's going to be rebelling against, or she's going to be rebelling against one of the parents. My way of thinking is that if the parents together, too, seem to have the best opinion to the child is going to want to follow the parents. It just seems like for one reason or another, parents decide that they want to make their decisions on the child's innocence, even to surpass that way of thinking. To teach a child to be independent doesn't necessarily mean to allow the child to make too many mistakes. To allow the child to be independent does not mean to allow the child to make too many mistakes. Now, in psychology, we're taught that the child learns everything it needs to know about survival in 5 years. I think about all kinds of things when I hear something like that, and I tend to disagree. A child doesn't know anything at 21. You're lucky to find individuals who are capable at 13 to take care of their siblings and to be responsible for the younger portion of their family. But realistically, that child doesn't know anything. And let's just be honest. Our dear sacred United States government doesn't give two fucking shakes about what's really happening with those kids. What they care about is that they're getting paid. They are receiving a paycheck. And as long as they're receiving a paycheck, your child has to be fucking up. In order for them to receive a paycheck, your child has to be fucking up. Now, in my mind, it's simple. Don't allow your child to be fucking up so that person can find something better to do with his or herself. But there's going to be those people that say, it's too difficult, you can't stop it. You know, life is too short, just live and let live, allow them to do what they think is necessary, so on and so forth. The same individuals can't see that they're not really getting anywhere thinking in that manner. The richest of the individuals will tell you that I got to teach this child to do everything in a particular manner, all the way from which shoe he or she puts on first, to matching, to setting the table, to proper etiquette, to proper mannerisms. But the lower income individuals are going to look at this and say, you have no reason, you have no right to tell someone how to behave. You're right. You're right about one thing. The people that take anything away from this are going to be the people that want to listen, not the people that don't want to have an understanding for their own behavior pattern. So keep that in mind when you're listening. Keep that in mind in your comments. So We want to keep the child away from rebelling against its parents and make sure that the parents are who the child follows first. I have a tendency to believe that the child needs to have a path chosen for him or her. What that is to say is that whatever path that those parents are on, whatever they're trying to achieve, they need to be teaching that child to reinforce their achievements. You understand when I say reinforce? What that means is however far you have gone, while you're teaching your children, whether you have 1, 2, 3, or 4 children, in this case we're talking about the dual parent homes with 2 parents. You need to be reinforcing your achievements and continuing to pave the way for that child. That means you choose the child's path. Now there's 100,000 different things you have to choose from. Of course, you're going to choose what's best for that child's way of behaving. However, the way that you present these learnings, this knowledge, these books, these forms of creativity are going to have the direct effect on how well this child is capable of reinforcing your progression. I don't want any more of this watching the child's innocence. I mean, honestly, I'm bored with it. It can't really do anything. It doesn't do anything for me. I just don't want it anymore. I don't want the behavior pattern. I am a man that wants his own family. I don't want the baby's mama and their children any longer. I don't like to see that it's continuous. I don't want to watch these negative things have to happen over and over again. I just don't want to watch it. To me, the word is stupidity. So I guess the question in this case is, how far is a child going to get if it doesn't know any better? I think some people have a tendency to just let it go. There's not enough time. But for those who really care how far they're going to be in the next 50 years, how fast they're able to comprehend, how fast that child is able to comprehend, please start opening the lines of communication with your children. Don't allow the structure of the government to be your separation in the family. Don't allow it to be your lack of communication.